everyone. This is Donna's Happy Hour. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get future notifications of the videos. And please leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day.
Now this one, I'll have to apologize in advance. This is one of the songs off the Coots record.
Okay.
The one that I didn't sing, the one that's kind of why I mentioned Joe.
Okay.
This is one that I wrote for Joe, and I never play this, but it's but I kind of like it. It's just a nice little pop song.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about the way you tore her down, and I for one was glad to hear she finally threw you out. You've been fooling around on her long as I can recall. Now you're getting yours. How does it feel to take the fall? So come on, take it like a man. I'm not the same as you. I won't do those things that make her blue. I'm not the same as you. Don't give me that wounded look, and don't you try to blame me, 'cause I saw my opportunity. The door wide open, 'cause you thought that she would never leave you. She felt free because you acted like you didn't care. You were nowhere to be found when she needed someone there. Now you act like we're the ones who laughed you in the back. But your friends all got your number. Yeah, we've all seen your laugh. And I'm not the same as you. I won't do those things that make her blue. I'm not the same as you. Don't give me that wounded look.
I like it.
Yeah.
So tell me about, because I noticed the wounded look.
The source of that, because there's a bad assumption that people make for songwriters, and that's that everything's autobiographical. Some things are, and
Right.
I guess it's like any, if you're an artist painting a painting, you can't help but put a little of yourself in the painting
into
because
it.
it's you doing the painting, so it's your
Absolutely.
perceptions.
Right.
But there were two things going on simultaneously to two different sets of friends of mine at that time.
Okay.
One was a friend of mine, somebody that I knew quite well, and he had been cheating on his girlfriend, and her girlfriends kind of like finally were chiding her and saying, you got to start looking elsewhere. This guy isn't doing the right thing. Right. So of course then he's all bent out of shape because his girl is leaving him when, obviously he deserved it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
well, you yourself,
Yeah.
you didn't do the right thing when you should have, and now you're all bent out of shape because you didn't. So that was one thing that kind of inspired. And at the same time, from the flip side of that, I had another friend, a woman that I knew, and she also had a boyfriend who just negligent and and that kind of thing, and not necessarily cheating on her or anything,
Right.
but she had met a guy on an airplane, and he was like a real gentleman, and she was like, should I, shouldn't I,
Right.
So it kind of was those two things happening around the same time that, I'm sitting back as an observer and just saying, well, this is what happens,
Right, right. Well,
And it does.
And it does. Yeah, it's funny because I was just watching episodes of The Sopranos. And
Uh-huh.
when you said that about him cheating on his girlfriend, you know.
Right.
And you know, what do you expect? Soon, you know,
Yeah.
there's going to be repercussions somewhere down the line. You would think, you know.
Well,
but,
especially if it's bad enough if it just happens somewhere along the line. But if it's pathological,
yeah,
kind of,
exactly. Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it won't happen again. Well, who's this one? No, well, it didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Well, who's that one? You know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So do you have the photos with you? Let's get those.
I have them. They are in the car.
They are in the car. So what I want to do
Okay.
is just take the audience back a little bit.
Oh boy.
Now this is in no.
That's way back.
This one is way back, and this is in no particular order because, and Chris may have to do some explaining of some of these.
Because I'm
But
explaining to do.
this one is.
I know. It's like Norman Rockwell, right?
I just love this shot. And obviously you have a camera in your hands
Right.
here.
There used to be a place around the corner from me called Sickles Photo Reporting.
Okay.
And they would do stuff for like industrial magazines and, you know, pictures of like, you know, loading machines and stuff like that. Anyway, the guy who worked there, his name was Frank. And just, you know, I used to hang around there sometimes, go up to the candy store and maybe pop in there, probably with too much sugar in me, and bug them all.
Now this is obviously before you started picking up a guitar?
Right. That's
Okay.
would be well before I ever
Well before
played.
you-
I was probably about 8 years old there.
Okay. And
7.
when did you first start? When did you pick up the guitar? How old were you then?
When the Beatles hit, my older brother and sister both got guitars probably the following
Okay.
Christmas, maybe
Okay.
65. So there were guitars around the house,
Okay.
but I didn't play.
Okay.
But I wanted to, you know, I was fascinated with it,
Right.
you know. And I kind of remember puttering around, and my brother, you know, kind of gave it up real quick, and so I kind of commandeered his guitar, but I didn't know what to do with it.
Right,
You know,
right.
I was, you know, 5 or something, or 6 or 7, you know. I had
Oh,
no
wow.
idea.
Okay.
But then I bought a guitar, my first guitar, when I was about 12.
Wow. That's young.
And yeah, kind of, you know, but I didn't really have any direction with it.
Right.
But I had one, and I started learning how to play. But my sister had stuck with it, my sister
Right.
Loretta.
Uh-huh.
And she was already, you know, playing at coffee houses, and she'd take me along with her. So she was very nurturing.
Right.
And
right.
and by the time I was 15, I was starting to play in front of people, you know, playing guitar and singing, and you know, probably terrible, but you know, that gave me the
Right.
you know, the idea of performing and learning how to play in front of people.
Right,
you know.
right. And now you said your sister, does she do?
She's still at it.
She's still at it.
She
Wow.
really got away from it for a long time while she was working.
Okay.
And it's funny, I commandeered one of her guitars for a while because she wasn't using it, but I got it fixed up really nice, and I got it back to her when she retired and wanted to start playing again.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, so she still has that. And her husband, Fred, also plays. So they
Now,
play together.
Was she ever here and she sang?
She's
she sings,
been up
right?
here, yes.
Yes, yeah.
She,
that's what, okay.
Yeah, she's, you know, they have her and her husband, Fred, and a friend of theirs, they have a little trio called Rising Smoke.
Oh, neat.
And they mostly play like retirement communities and things like that. You know, they kind of, you know, acoustic kind of thing.
Right, right.
And yeah, so she's at it.
Oh, that's great. I love. Unfortunately, neither Tim or I play like per se a guitar. Tim actually bought a guitar
Uh-huh.
and then just never really
Right.
followed
That happens
up on it.
a lot.
I actually bought a cajon
Right.
because
I remember that.
yeah, and I still play it. You know,
Yeah.
I play it, especially now that when since March. You know.
Right.